I see a lot of people on Twitter and on Reddit praising Battlefield's premium model and how much better it was than this live service Battlefield 5 has got going on at the moment. But the truth is, it wasn't. In my opinion, premium is just as bad as this sad excuse for a live service we have right now. For those of you who don't know, premium was Battlefield's answer to the season pass. You paid $50 and you would get access to DLC content that would be released at a semi-steady pace after the game had been released. Premium existed as a thing for Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, and Battlefield 1. And I bought Premium every time because I enjoyed these games. But through Premium, DICE split the player base between vanilla players who just bought the base game for $60 and only had access to the maps that came with the game, and players who could afford Premium and decided to spend another $50. Then when the game would inevitably lose players later in its lifetime, DLC maps got played less and less until they ended up as ghost towns. Sure, we might have gotten more content sooner at a predetermined pace, but that still doesn't excuse the possibility of not being able to experience what we paid for down the line. If I wanted to experience those maps as a premium player, whether I bought premium at launch or later in its lifetime, I'd have essentially thrown away my money and be out of luck because I can't play what I paid for. Premium and the idea of splitting multiplayer player bases through a season pass, a DLC that contains multiplayer maps, is an archaic idea and something you rarely see anymore. Off the top of my head, Black Ops 4 is the only multiplayer game I can think of that is still splitting player bases across season pass or through DLC. And look how well that's going. With that being said, the live service for this game is absolutely dog shit. I don't know what the hell DICE are doing over there, but this is how to not do a live service. Look at other games that do this successfully. Take a look at Rainbow Six Siege, Fortnite, Rocket League, Overwatch, Warframe, Path of Exile, etc. Some of these games give free content for everyone to access, and as far as I'm aware, none of them split player bases. Instead, they have monetary options to support the game and keep things free, something that is very absent from Battlefield 5. Not only that, but from the games on that small list that I've played, developers are very open and transparent with the community. DICE has promised multiple times already to be more open and transparent. And although they've tried to do so, most of the time what we get are just a bunch of soons, can't talk about this yet, more at a later date, no details at this time, etc. How is this a live service, and how is this going to work if developer communications are vague and muted? Then there's the issue of adding unnecessary and unwanted bloat to the game. There's this sad excuse of a co-op mode, sad excuse of a deluxe edition, something I'm definitely regretting buying, sad excuse of cosmetics, sad excuse of reused assets, etc. Sure seems like a lot of quantity over quality, and it also sure seems like DICE say they're listening, but then go ahead and do nothing about it. If DICE are listening, then they realize this sad excuse of a co-op mode is absolutely nothing like the masterpiece we played in Battlefield 3, and probably would have made it more like that. They'd realize the deluxe edition is a massive disappointment and remedy it instead of giving vague responses on the issue. They'd realize the cosmetics we currently have in game are nowhere near the awesome stuff we've seen in trailers and teasers, and I don't know, add it to the game? And they'd realize the reused assets from Battlefield 1 are just complete cop-outs, masquerading as new content. Finally, there's the drip-fed content. This is the exact same issue DICE's Star Wars Battlefront 2 suffers from, and the fact that DICE hasn't learned the first time around, and now the second time around, makes me extremely concerned that this won't be the last time. This drip-fed content schedule is how to not handle a live service. It honestly makes it seem like DICE is either working at a snail's pace, or releasing content as slowly as possible to fit this live service criteria at the bare minimum. It wouldn't surprise me that players have already stopped playing BF5 long ago, just because of how little content there is for a $60 game. Why is it so hard for DICE to do a live service correctly? I don't know. I paid $80 for Battlefield 5's Deluxe Edition because I wanted to support the decision to move away from the player-based splitting model of Premium, but after 5 months, I'm just as disappointed as if Battlefield 5 had a Premium model, and boy, do I look like a sucker.